Morning, Tom. It's a nice sunny morning out there today. It's Thursday morning. Is it the 17th of October today? And I'm just looking at the information that I've got on the Dogger Bank incident I was telling you about. Now, I don't think this is particularly well known, this particular episode. I've got a little bit of information on it, but it's an episode that really could have altered the outcome of the First World War. Even though this happened in 1904, a few years obviously before the First World War started, but nevertheless it could have had some impact. And basically it became known as the Dogger Bank incident, and also known as the North Sea incident. This caused a lot of outrage, especially in Hull, where the trawlers affected were from. And what it is an incident that occurred on the night or the nights of the 21st and 22nd of October 1904. And I've got some bits of information down here which I'll read you. When the Baltic Fleet of the Imperial Russian Navy mistook civilian British fishing trawlers from Kingston upon Hull in the Dogger Bank area of the North Sea, and they mistook them for Imperial Japanese Navy torpedo boats, because the Japanese and Russians were at war at this period in time. So they fired on them, and in the ensuing chaos they also ended up firing on themselves. The result being that 2 British fishermen died, 6 more were injured, 1 fishing vessel was sunk, and 5 more boats were damaged. On the Russian side, 1 sailor and a Russian Orthodox priest aboard a cruiser were killed by friendly fire. The damage to the cruiser was concealed and only discovered by deciphering a wireless message that was intercepted at the British Felixstowe station. It was also considered highly significant that no officer from that ship appeared before the commission, nor were their logs produced, and the incident almost led to war between the United Kingdom and the Russian Empire. So it was a very serious situation, and the prelude of it all is as follows. The Russian warships involved in the incident were en route to the Far East to reinforce the 1st Pacific Squadron stationed at Port Arthur and later on at Vladivostok. The various Russian intelligence agencies were not well coordinated and were prone to produce poor and false reports. Prior to the fleet setting off, Russian intelligence agents had been claiming that there were Japanese officers around the Baltic Sea with torpedoes, and that Britain had actually built Japan 6 torpedo boats. Because of the fleet's alleged sightings of balloons and 4 enemy cruisers the day previously, coupled with the possibility that the Japanese might have sent ships around the world to attack them, the Russian admiral called for increased vigilance and issued an order that no vessel of any sort must be allowed to get in among the fleet. So consequently, this sparked off this controversial attack on British trawlers, and I actually came across 3 photographs or postcards of a couple of these trawlers back in Hull after the incident. It just goes on to say that the incident led to a serious diplomatic conflict between Russia and Britain, which was particularly dangerous because of the Anglo-Japanese alliance. In the aftermath, some British newspapers called the Russian fleet pirates, and the Russian admiral was heavily criticised for not leaving the British fishermen lifeboats for rescue. The editorial of the morning's Times was particularly scathing. So that's just a little bit about this incident. In the end, of course, Russia and Britain didn't go to war over this, but it could have led to a very, very difficult situation. And eventually Russia voluntarily paid compensation of £66,000 to the fishermen, and in 1906 the Fishermen's Memorial was unveiled in Hull to commemorate the deaths of the 3 British sailors. The memorial is approximately 18 feet high, shows the dead fisherman George Henry Smith, and carries the following inscription, which I think is just over here. Yes, here we are. The subscription, it reads, "To the memory of George Henry Smith, skipper, William Richard Leggett, third hand, and the ill-fated trawler Crane, who lost their lives in the North Sea by the action of the Russian Baltic Fleet, October the 22nd, 1904. And Walter Whelpton, skipper of the trawler Minnow, who died from shock on May the 13th, 1905. So there we are. I think the monument is down Hessel Road in Hull, which I think what I'll try to do on a visit to our daughter Claire, will have a little ride up to Hessel Road, and I'll get a video of it. Right, Tom, well, these are the 3 postcards that I came across in my great Aunt Edie's postcard album. So I'll just get rid of myself then and get a better view of them. That's it, I always twizzle it the wrong way around. So this is the St. Mule Mine, I think that's how you pronounce it, or Mole Mine, which, you know, one of them was involved. And there's another picture over here with the Minnow or Mino, and these are all back in Hull. These 2 trawlers are back in Hull, and then the third one, which actually shows you where the sheller holes are, and these are at St Andrew's Dock And these cards actually were posted to somebody in Bridlington, and the dates on them, well, on one of them anyway, is the 27th of October. So they've been very quick in getting these produced, considering that the incident happened on the 21st and the 22nd of October 1904. So they've soon got these produced to send out by post. So there we are. A very, very interesting event, I think, and as I say, not particularly, I don't think particularly well known, but I might do a bit more following up on it. Okay, bye for now.